Hey, ready to do a company?
Let's get into it.
Let's talk about Constellation Brands. We ready for that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Constellation Brands, their symbol is STZ. I don't know where they got that symbol from. They're in the beverage brewer industry. Short on the stock is starting to climb. It's 5.5%. Institutional owned is 77%. They do have a PE ratio of 24.6, a little bit high, but not as high as the industry at 30.1. We do see price of sales 3 versus 1.4. Price to book value also high, 3.5 versus 1.8. Price of cash flow 10.3 versus 8.2. And you want these valuation ratios lower than the industry average. And the PEG ratio does look good, though. That's 3.8 versus 21.9. Now, the earnings over the last year for Constellation Brands was up 69.9%. The industry was down 40.2%. I really want to know how that happened. Maybe it was really bad the previous year. Something's going on that's crazy compared to the industry. Sales, however, were down 7.9%, while the industry was up 6.1%. That, again, tells me earnings probably had some type of accounting movement to give you that 69% growth. 5-year growth rate for Constellation Brands, 6.9 versus 5. We do see that they pay a 2.6% dividend, which is not too bad. They use about 64% of their earnings to pay that dividend out. Look at the balance sheet, current ratio 1.3 versus 0.9. That's good, shows a lot of liquidity for the company. However, debt to equity getting a little bit scary here at 1.4 versus 0.9. 1.4 is probably the top level we'd even look at investing in a company. Get much above that, it gets me worried. They do have a nice profit margin, about 11.8% versus 4.9. Return on equity 14.4. That is good. We do see free cash flow of $1.7 billion, about half the industry at $3.8 billion. Chase, what do you got?
Yeah, so current price here for Constellation Brands, well, it is $156.64. 52-week range, the low $126.45 and the high $196.91. Year to date, gosh, just in a couple weeks here, it's up 13%. So
wow.
People must have sold it last year and then maybe trying to buy it back, or maybe hoping for something different. I mean, over the last 5 years, the stock has not been pretty, down about 29%, and the 10-year return here, not including the dividend, well, that is about 5%. So it has not been a winner, to say the least. Now, looking forward for Constellation Brands, again, their ticker symbol, STZ. We go out to February 2027, so we might actually be pushing forward here another year in about a month and a half to 2 months, maybe. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, they just
Probably
reported earnings, so we're probably looking at 3 months since they just reported last week. So we're probably talking about 3 months until we push forward another year. But anyways, I look at February 2027, estimated earnings per share here, $12.36. It gives us a target sell price of $205.18. The stock trades at, around 12.5, 13 times future earnings, which is right in the value category we'd consider.
Yeah, so it could be a buy. I did hear that Modelo is their Mexican beer, I think they have.
Oh, right? They corner the market on the Mexican lager. They have Modelo, Corona, and Pacifico.
Oh, they have Corona. I didn't know that Corona. But
Pacifico, too.
Oh, Pacifico, too? Okay. Because I know I read that could be a problem because of the deportation. A lot of them don't get together for drinking and socializing, so the beer sales are down in those areas because it's just. And I've had Pacifica. It's okay. I still like my Coors Light. Is what I still like. But I mean, as far as socializing for that population, it seems to be slowing down.
Yeah, I'd be curious on the breakdown of it. I mean, that's really their beer portfolio. Then they also have wine. They have like Kim Crawford. It looks like Robert Mondavi. They also have the Prisoner Wine Company, and then they do have some spirits under Casa Noble. And then Svedka. There's some other ones I don't really recognize, but they again are more of a diversified alcohol company like Molson Coors. They're really in the beer space. They do have other types of alcohol in their portfolio.
Yeah, and I heard wine sales are slowing down too.
And don't forget, Berkshire does have over, I think, a $2 billion stake in this company.
Oh, wow. Okay.